Good afternoon, I'm Jordan Kimmel. I'm with Dr. Joe Louro, the CEO of InvestView. And Joe, it's a pleasure really to be with you. And to get things started, just give us an overview of what InvestView actually is and how InvestView helps their clients.
Well, first of all, good afternoon, Jordan. It's a pleasure to be here with you. InvestView, or the new InvestView, Jordan, is a financial services umbrella comprised of our foundation for the last 7 years, which is the educational platform. The educational platform is here to empower and educate our clients. And from that, we've built the new InvestView. So we have the RIA division, we have our broker-dealer division, we have our the educational platform, which we have newsletters that are the 7-Minute Trader, the 7-Minute Options newsletter, the 7-Minute Equity newsletter, and a 7-Minute Investor, which is a newsletter that explains how to manage money over the long term. So we have a very robust platform.
And Joe, it leads me to, the CEO itself, you. And you've been at InvestView now for 3 years, but I'm always interested in the individual, the one at the helm. And you've had a great success in the past in different businesses, but everything you've been involved in seems to be around the core of helping people. So when we hear now about Americans unprepared for retirement and college education, you've shared with me some of the testimonials that have come in from InvestView clients, really putting them on the right track for financial security. Tell me how that makes you feel.
Well, it makes me feel great. I've never been involved in anything in 35 years that didn't make a difference in people's lives. Taking care of my patients, and making sure, from the first day I started in practice, I'll never forget, I think it was so important. I gave every patient I ever met my home phone number before there was a cell phone.
Wow.
And that never changed. Hundreds of thousands of patients were treated in the multiple clinics that I ran. And I believe that you have to love your patient, and I think that you have to give them a service they're not expecting. I think you have to differentiate yourself, and no matter what you do in life. But it was always about service. It was always about making a difference. It was always about you build a great business. You empower the people around you when you make a difference in people's lives. Whether you have a patient you take care of that refers someone else in because they got great service, whether you build a $5 million home or a $300,000 home for someone, you do it the same level of service. Those are the principles, and that's the type of integrity I believe we should all conduct ourselves with to be successful. When I got involved with InvestView, what I loved most about the company, it was that time called Global Investor Services. It was a company that helped educate people to be better stewards of their money, period. Better educate people to be better stewards of their money. So what did they do? They gave them an educational platform, and they were surrounded, and our company was surrounded by incredible employees. We had employees like Gregory Thonis, who is our head of education, that actually was the top 5 speakers at InvestTools, going around the country teaching people how to trade. We have Kurt Collard, who handles our customer service and helps with our trading ideas. Just gives the most incredible customer service. He's always there for them. There's not enough time there's always enough time to spend helping our clients. Our trader, Corey, is probably one of the great traders I've ever been around. I traded my own account. I am not an options expert. Corey is an options expert, but you can see over a 5 or 6 year track record. These numbers are staggering. But the problem with our company then, Jordan, was we were altruistic, we made a difference in people's lives, but our financial model was not good for the company.
Right.
So we bought an RIA, and we started this RIA division. And of course, Jordan, that's why you're here, which we'll talk about later. But the fact of the matter is that was one part of the diversity. The second part was when I looked at all of our competitors, and by the way, our competitors sold for $300 million to $1 billion. They've already been acquired. We're the last of the Mohicans. We're the last, educational platform that's a public company.
When I look at a company and I assess the management team, I want to know, do they have skin in the game? Do they own shares? Or are they just taking really large salaries and own a tiny amount of shares for show? And it's really that ownership and what you've talked about, the the Ritz-Carlton and American Express service that you believe in.
Yes.
And you live it through integrity.
Every day.
And that's kind of really what brought me in.
Well, I appreciate that, Jordan. But the fact of the matter was that, you know, I was not a financial services guy. I
Right.
knew how to manage money. But the fact of the matter was I knew about leadership and empowering people. I make an example. McDonald's just hired the CEO of Boeing.
Right.
Well, they didn't hire him because he knows how to make hamburgers.
Right.
They hired him because he knows how to set a course or a direction, and more importantly, an example for the other people. I have a tremendous amount of skin in the game. My son's money is in this company. My grandchild's money is in this company.
Right.
I went to my friends for the first time in 35 years the first weekend, great guys that I play golf with, and I said,
Okay.
listen, I'm taking over a company. This is what it is. They were all icons on Wall Street or had great financial services backgrounds. They probably more invested in me, the jockey, than the horse. But they felt like if I'm involved in it, if I got this much skin in the
Right,
game,
right.
if I'm passionate about it, they'll go along with it. And they did, and I appreciate them.
Well, Joe, I think that people feel your conviction, and I feel it, your large insider ownership, the integrity, the way you're leading with your heart, I think is really, you know, the key to it. And, you know, when you talk about why I came here, you know, Wall Street has delivered their products and services a certain way. Some people, it's clearly not enough lately, and all the money that's gone to the money market, people are afraid, they've broken their trust, and I think the word that comes up again and again in our conversations is transparency, is trust, and the way we deliver the message. I know you're very proud of the returns delivered by the models, but Joe, it's not only the returns. People want to know that you're with them when the market turns down, that you're not going to run from them.
Right.
And this model of using technology to stay in front of the client and show them why they're investing and how we're investing and how each trade is made, I think that's the new model, and I think that there's no one else in a position to deliver it as authentically as InvestView is right now.
You know, it's interesting, Jordan. The new model is really what the old model was, the golden rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about integrity and character. That's the old model. That's, you know, when a pendulum swings too far the wrong way,
Right.
sometimes it goes back too far the other way.
Right.
But it always comes to center. In the Eastern religions, you understand how to center yourself, what the center is.
Mm-hmm.
The center is integrity. The center is doing the right thing. The center is, in our firm and in our space,
Mm-hmm.
doing the right thing for our shareholders.
And I know that your whole holistic approach to health translates into
Sure.
taking care of the client, the customer, the right way, giving them returns, but giving them the insight and the transparency into your company. Joe, I'm really thrilled to be part of it. I'm excited about the new InvestView that you've helped create and show the vision for. In the next 2, 3, 5 years, I think everyone's going to be not only rewarded for their patience, but we're going to help our clients. We're going to really show Wall Street the way to do it is just as important as what you do. And it's really a pleasure.
Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that.
All righty,
Thank
Joe.
you.
Thanks very much. It's Jordan Kimmel with Dr. Joe Louro, CEO of the new InvestView, and it's a pleasure to be with you, Joe.
Thank you.